What's going on, y'all? It's been a minute. It's your boy Bobby Steele, aka Chulo the Dawn, coming out BX. One of BX realest ever. No lie. I got that stamp, certified street cred, officially, years ago. But right now, definitely on some more grown shit, obviously. A lot of shit that I'm even referring to is when I was a kid. You know? That's when motherfuckers was out there doing stupid shit. Now, my last video, noticed a lot of comments. Motherfuckers getting in their feelings. I'm not doing this shit for clout. I'm not doing this shit for cool points. The video was made because I seen other videos that was made and interviews that had taken place, like on other media outlets, such as Flip the Script. That's one of them. Death of a Clout Chaser. That's another one of them. And there's numerous more interviews where you see these New York City Bloods, specifically I'm talking about New York City Bloods, that are when given the opportunity or painting a narrative that just didn't coincide or doesn't coincide realistically with anything that I saw when I was going through this whole so-called Blood King War. It was real shit, yeah. And I got some smoke for y'all to hear about. I got you. But that was the reason for the video. It wasn't because I just thought out of nowhere, I want to just start saying, I'm hearing all of these shit because I'm into hip-hop, I'm into the street culture. That, even though I'm also on some conservative shit now, I still, try to stay in tune with the streets and what's going on in my area, my neighborhood. And unfortunately, I'm a product of Rikers Island. Like, I was a baby in that shit. A cub came out of Lion. I went in there. I ain't know what the fuck was going on. Scared to death. Going through all type of shit my first go around. Like, it was just that real. Serious. So when I'm hearing all of these interviews on all these other media platforms, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, all right, so they painted a narrative that basically the Spanish dudes and the Kings was oppressing the black people on Rikers Island. Now, I'm not going to speak for HDM because at the time, like MDC and all that, I wasn't there. It was closed down when I was like, I'm not talking about the 92, 93, 90, maybe 94, but not even really 94. Mostly like 95, 96, 97, all the way to the 2000s. So because I wasn't even coming out the house yet, really like that. I was just starting to get my toes wet because a lot of the old heads, when you think about it, a lot of these OGs, they older than me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a grown ass 41 years old. Shit that I'm talking about was all like teenage years and 20s. And by the time it was like hitting the 30s, I was already kind of like on some other shit. I was kind of like seeing things for what it was and shit was just changing. So, but anyway, that was the reason for the video. I remember seeing some homies, some old big homies. They're older than me. These dudes is like 50 years old, still talking like they fucking 12. That's the crazy shit. But anyway, boasting and bragging. Some of them talking about how they was running around with a bunch of Latin king bees on their neck. I'm like, that's all right. I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. I know I never seen no shit like that. I know I have seen some disrespectful shit. I done seen blood niggas wearing bandanas and beads on their feet. You know what I mean? Wrapped around on the islands. I seen it when there was still a time when you could flag and you could have shit. It was going down. So anyway, I'm going to pick up kind of where I left off at on C74 Rikers Island. I believe it was 1996 because that was the first time I was on the island. And from there is when I basically just, that's when the jail culture, was something that was so new to me. It was crazy. And it's crazy because if you don't learn to eventually adapt you're going to basically be a sheep your whole time there. You're going to be a bird, you're going to be a herb, you're going to be a damn dummy, you're going to be a bozo, you're going to be a clown, you're going to be whatever the fuck you want. Everything other than that nigga is what's going to be you. And nobody, you know, shit is just like that, you know what I mean? It's lions and men, bro. Lions and men. So anyway, I finished off around sometime because after the situation with Sherm the Worm, shout out to Sherm. I don't even know if the nigga remember me like that. I remember the motherfucker because me and him crossed paths a couple of times, more than once. I'm pretty sure he remember who I am because I was king and all that, and we crossed paths more than once. So anyway, shout out to that nigga. We had a little incident where basically it was like the whole dorm forming Voltron on him while he was on the phone, and I kind of fell into the folder, all of that bullshit. You want to hear about that video, you can check the last video that I posted, and it gets more into the particulars of that. So moving forward, I'm still a baby to this, right? I ain't never cut nobody yet, at all. I ain't never stabbed nobody yet, at all. I don't bust my gun in the streets, and I don't even know if I hit or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm not going to be sitting here incriminating myself like a dummy either. But at the end of the day, I was still like, I guess you could say a virgin to this shit, you know? So I get sent to a house, 4 main, House of Pain, right? So now this is supposed to be a safe zone house for me, or motherfuckers like me, because it's all run by the Spanish niggas and the Kings. You know, whatever other little groups is out there, they the one that had that house down. And everybody know what I'm talking about, know this is all fucking facts. Beretta was the CEO that had that shit on Smash. That was his unit. The opposite side at the time, I believe, because I forget what side. I think it was 4 main, north side. We had the north and the south side, but then eventually that flipped, and we only had one side. And I believe the south side was a mix of some Bloods, 5%ers. It was like a mix of motherfuckers and Spanish dudes. Like, there wasn't a lot of Kings over there. It was mostly on my side. Plus, they had a couple of mod houses, mod for low. But at this time, y'all got to keep in mind, for perspective, the Bloods is blooding in everybody. They don't give a fuck who you is, what you about. You black, you could be blood. You got the balls to try to cut somebody from behind. That's called eating food. You putting in work, you could be blood. You a doja, you a fucking bozo, you a crash dummy, you could be blood. We're gonna arm you, go shoot. Any Spanish nigga you see, yo, all this shit about Land Kings oppressing, bro. It was man neutral dudes that was both Spanish and black that held weight all through Rikers Island. Every fucking, even from the mid-90s, early, it's always neutral, that they ain't gang related. There's also putting work in and get overlooked for some crazy reason. Like, and they may fuck with some king niggas. They may be Spanish, but they're not king. Yeah, they're affiliated by association, but you know what? They're not. I can't make him go do something that he don't want to do. You feel me? He basically single. But at the end of the day, shit was real. You know what I'm saying? And as I was getting moved to different houses, and when I made it to 4 main, not to lose track, like I said, I'm supposed to be a safe zone. I get there, I see all the Spanish faces off the rip. Everybody's like, yo, what's up? You a king, boom, boom. So you go through all that little bullshit. It's a little bit more safer, not as aggressive, because like I said, it's a king house. But don't get it twisted. The Kings was on some bullshit. We was on some bullshit. We was oppressing our own people. Y'all want to keep it 100? We was doing our own people more dirty than we was doing some of these blood niggas and these crip niggas and these 5% niggas and the Muslims and whoever the fuck else that we was getting it popping with. Because we was mad aggressive with our own. When the war started with the Bloods, a lot of niggas was getting exposed. I ain't going front. A lot of niggas was getting exposed that wasn't official. So, when I got the 4 main, I got tested. And I'm bugging. I'm like, yo, hold on, wait a minute. I'm over here thinking this shit's good. I'm comfortable. I'm safe. And I got some king nigga, right? This is like a little bit of a kind of a personal story. Well, it is not kind of, it's a fucking personal, because it's crazy. One of the dudes is there. His name is King Freeze. I don't know if he alive or not. Rest in peace if he isn't. Like, I ain't trying, like, he was a good dude, official nigga. It was some bullshit happened. I went home, I fucked this bitch, came back, and now I'm in the same house with this nigga, and he's running the house, and he's a king. All right? In a nutshell. And so, when I see him, he's rocking me to sleep and all this other bullshit. Yo, what up, Chulo? In case y'all wondering, it's King Chulo. Chulo was what my name was ringing when I was in the 4, brother. So, he over there, like, rocking me to sleep, man. Get me in the cell. They smoking. They blessing me with shit like, yo, you good. They hearing about the war stories that shit just popped off in the last house I was at, telling them what was going on over there. So they're like, all right, boom, boom. But all along, he's trying to line me up. So there's another nigga in there that I robbed. I robbed him in the street, strong arm robbery, too, some dumb shit. It was some, give me get that hat, nigga. What you got in your pocket? Some Debo shit. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't proud of it. He was a bozo. I was thinking I was tough and did that. So now this nigga's in the same building. He in C74 Main, just like me. I robbed this nigga like a couple of weeks ago on the block. So the nigga got the battery in his back already to try to like, yo, old, because somehow he must have already told the other bro, Freeze, that I had a situation with him. So now Freeze is putting the battery in his back to pop on me and some other shit. So I ended up calling me to a cell, going to the cell. Spider senses is going off crazy. I'm like, shit just ain't right. Like, Freeze is there, some other dude, I forget his name, another homie called Mo. That's one of the bros, Mo, King Mo. The nigga June that I'm talking about. I'm saying names, I don't care. Like, y'all niggas wanna do June, 183rd, Valentine. Fucking Freeze was from 183rd, Valentine. So these are all real shit. So these niggas is all in the same house that I'm in. Animosity all up on me. You know what I mean? Fuck one nigga bitch, the other nigga I done robbed. Yo, and the nigga Freeze, he was a big motherfucker, son. That nigga was like 6'2", light-skinned, real pale Puerto Rican motherfucker with blue eyes, B. No lie. He a bully ass nigga too. I was cool with the motherfucker, but you know, shit happens. So basically, at the end of the day, I'm in there, I'm peeping the vibes. They bring up the situation with June when me robbing them right then and there. Like, we smoking. That was the thing on the island. Niggas used to try to get you high to get you off guard. That's how we used to line niggas up. Niggas had a bug, niggas got the bag, roll up, smoke this nigga in the cell, make him think it's all cool, rap giggles, shit talking, talk about bitches and money, whatever the fuck, be all you can be, and then wash you the fuck up. Rinse dry, nigga. 1, 2, 3, right then and there. But like I said, my spider senses was already, going off, and I already went through shit in my short. Like, I'm literally was only on the island maybe a week, and I'm already about to go through another third situation or fourth situation. I don't even remember, another situation in another house with my own bros now. Well, some of them is my bros. Like, June wasn't affiliated, but there was kings in there. Freeze was the king. There was another bro in there, Mo. So, long story short, the motherfuckers just got mad quiet, and I see this nigga with his head down in the corner. I'm like, what the fuck? And then dummy rushed me. You know what I'm saying? Nigga rushed me, crash dummy status. We tussled, couple of swings. It was basically, I really got the best of him, because when he rushed, like, he just rushed underneath and grabbed me, and I was able to end up maneuvering, getting on top of him and putting the beats, and then they grabbed me to fuck off of him. You know what I'm saying? And then they, like, was laughing. They made fun of it. The shit. Everything was a joke. Eventually, that's another crazy thing about this life that we live in prison. That's not something to glorify, but it's real. Eventually, this shit be fun. This shit is like nothing. It's like a game. Like, yo, look at this stupid ass nigga. He ain't even really. They was disappointed that he didn't really do what they wanted him to do to me. Because for one, Freeze holds weight in that house. That's his house. He's running the house. One of the kings is running the house, and he's one of the main niggas. So, but he was one of them king niggas that didn't give a fuck about none of the rules. And he was like Dolo, basically. Like, he would listen to something, bro, but he was like really a one-man nigga type, to be honest with you. Which I kind of respected, because he seen there was a lot of fake shit going on, a lot of pussy shit going on, a lot of fuck boys in the whip that shouldn't have been in the whip. So, I get it. But, so that happens. Little tussle, couple of punches thrown, nobody get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? little bruises. Nobody got their shit shut closed or broken nose. And that was just a little scuffle. So, I mean, I end up going back to the day room, wherever the fuck, my cell, whatever the fuck. But shit's not over, though. Next day, now, this is where we're going to get in to the first official, like, war situation, confrontation that I physically took place in and it was a part of and, like, was there, saw everything that took place. It's in the corridor. This is the main reason why they stopped having motherfuckers walk by us on the corridors going to chow. Chow, for those of y'all don't know, is going to get something to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner. This is why. This is when this shit started. 1996. Going in 97, I believe. Something like that. We're walking out. Now, we going to war with the Bloods at this time. That's just a fact. If you, like, it made it mad racial. Because sometimes, like I said, you be affiliated by association. The majority of the Bloods was black at the time. You maybe had like 1 or 2 Spanish niggas that was Bloods. Magoo, who was king first. I know all y'all heard about this motherfucker and all this shit. He was king first. From the Bronx also. King Magoo. Then the motherfucker turned Blood. And then you had some other nigga called Bloody Rich from the Bronx. 138th Street, Cypress Ave. Nigga was a shooter also. But it was like only like 2 or 3, I think, that like everybody else was black in that period. You know what I mean? And if you was Spanish and you was Blood, your gun had to go off because we was definitely coming for you. We was coming with machetes, nigga, Indian style. Like, you was Spanish, that was like the ultimate slap in our face. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you what? Because at that time, that's how it was. It wasn't divided. It was segregated. Whether you wanted to be or not, it was. And I'm far from racist. I fuck with my niggas all day. Niggas know that. So anybody that know me, I ain't worried about this shit going left, right. It is what it is. Anyway, moving forward. So, at the end of the day, the war, when we was walking on the corridor, we was already in the middle of the war. So, we go on to chow. I never forget this. Motherfuckers gave me a leather jacket. Yo, Chulo, here, put this shit on. I'm like, oh, shit, shit's fly. Back then, you could wear your shit. It was either Averex or whatever. Niggas threw me. But little did I know this Averex had mad slashes in it on the inside, right? With mad razors in it. Niggas, mad razors all over this bitch. Scalpels, picks. They just had this shit. The shit was a fucking jacket of weapons. It was like a whole vest of razors. Now, I'm not going to exaggerate, say like it was 20 fucking razors in this shit, but it was at least like 5, 6 razors stashed in the jacket, plus like 2 picks, like on the bottom of the seams, bro. Because you take your shit off and hand it to the CO to go through the mag. And a lot of times the COs don't even really do shit. They just pat it. They don't really, you know what I mean? Some of them COs, they was different. You know what I mean? Sometimes it was a gamble. Because if it's a CO there that's on his G.I. Joe shit, you might get fucked. He might really grab shit, see shit, you go and knock, you go under the bin. But a lot of times, sometimes it wasn't that serious. They wasn't thinking that we was thinking like that. Feel me? And I definitely wasn't thinking like that at the time. I'm learning as I'm going. I'm like, yo. And when I got the jacket on, motherfuckers, somebody else put me on like, yo. You know what I'm saying? When we get past the shit, be on point. Now, I mean, you can just take whichever one you want that's in there. So I'm like, what? I still don't know. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm finding out on the go that not only am I a holster now, the niggas is like, I got to shoot on sight because niggas is going to shoot on sight. And we're looking for a specific house. And coincidentally, that specific house is coming down as we going in. These stupid ass COs, like, never knew how to not separate for a while. It just took these dummies mad long to learn how not just have certain motherfuckers walking past each other. We walking past 2 upper, 2 top chop shop, which is a predominantly all blood house for years. It was all Bloods was there. And here we go down the hallway. Motherfuckers is in the front. I got motherfuckers already digging in my pockets like, yo, Chulo, come here, yo, what the fuck? Niggas is pulling me to the side and shit. Niggas already know where shit is at. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm digging in pockets. I already done been finger fucking the coat, seeing what's what, realizing what's going on. I got my hands on a little pick. You know what I'm saying? And we walk in, my heart pumping mad fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm mostly like in the back, in the middle, because that's where, being that I had all the shit, niggas ain't want me in the front lines. But all the shooters was in the front lines. Freezing them was in the front, more of them was in the front. All the niggas that were supposed to be rocking out, they rocked out, my nigga. Once we got within fucking shooting distance of 2 upper and we was crossing paths in this little tight ass fucking corridor, It was, I don't know who popped first, but it was on it popping. And from there it was one house against the other house, and it was lit, my nigga. That day, niggas was getting cut left and right. Whether it was a small one on your hand, a big one on your face, or a small one on your face and a big one on your arm. I got lit right here on that shit. Shit was crazy, bro. Like, niggas, for little motherfuckers, we was all young. We were all 16, 17, teenagers, bro. But niggas was fighting like gorillas, and then, you know, the bitches is falling to the back. Niggas is just like, I'm just going off adrenaline type shit. I'm just moving, and motherfucker, I got cut. I ain't even know I got cut. I was just like fighting with the nigga, and I get cut. I just felt like a little heat on my arm, and next thing you know, shit is leaking. I'm like, oh shit, nigga cut me. You know what I'm saying? And shit definitely was lit. The homies, you know what I'm saying, they got their shit off. We got our shit off. You know what I mean? Nobody got killed that day. You know what I mean? Not that I know of. Nobody got stabbed in the fucking neck. But motherfuckers got they licks off. Niggas was definitely not playing. Motherfuckers was trying to take heads off. You know what I'm saying? And it was going on for like forever, bro, because the COs could not get shit under control until finally they had to get the goon squad. And y'all already know how that comes when it comes to the goon squad. So, on that note, right, because I don't want to OD, I'm going to keep mine like around 20, 22 minutes at an average. And I'm going to keep this shit going. It's all real talk, all facts. You know what I'm saying? Food for thought. You know what I mean? None of this shit is for glorification to prison. It's just to give y'all that different perspective and that real perspective of how shit really was going on when I was in there. How I was seeing shit, how niggas was really moving and shit like that. Now on the next video, I'm gonna get more into the history of the Kings and the Bloods and that whole war, the C74 Rikers Island. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all like what y'all hear, hit that subscribe. If not, kick rocks, keep pushing. It's nothing to me. One.